AMI Toronto.
I've been driving this adapted vehicle for the past 4 years. One of the challenges somebody faces when they acquire a new disability is often the feeling of isolation when they are no longer able to travel independently. Today, I'm at Drive Again, a driver rehabilitation center in Toronto specializing in helping people with disabilities get back on the road. Drive Again founder Remo Minichiello tells us more about their services.
We look at clients that have physical disabilities, cognitive disabilities, anything that may affect their ability to drive. And we do a driver assessment here. It's a two-part. It's a clinical assessment with an occupational therapist, and then it's an on-road session as well, so that we can determine whether your diagnosis does affect your ability to drive.
After an assessment, Drive Again determines the appropriate course of training action, which may include the use of adaptive equipment or technology. Client Paola Chiarini came to Drive Again after a cardiac issue left her right leg paralyzed.
I couldn't walk at all. Actually, I wasn't really aware of my heart problem at the beginning because everything seems normal after the surgery. But the problem that I wasn't walking was very, very bad because I lost all my independence, even for the normal little things that a human being needs to do, like going to the bathroom, come down to the bed, get dressed. And I thought my life was ended there.
After 9 months in the hospital and several more months of rehabilitation, Paola walked again. But with her right leg paralyzed, she was no longer able to drive. Paola was at the mercy of others to help her leave the house.
I have been very independent for the whole time that I've been in Canada, and driving was essential to go to work, to go to have fun, to go to visit friends, to go to discover the country. I traveled a lot by myself up to Quebec, like 8-10 hours of car for me wouldn't be a problem. And all of a sudden I was not even doing a meter. And I said, no, I can live like this. I have to find a way to go back on the car by myself.
At Drive Again, Paola learned how to drive with her left foot using a vehicle modification. She remained committed to retraining her brain so she could reconnect with her community.
Paula was amazing. She had a drive of her own. Once she arrived and she started, there was no turning back.
Paola and I decided to go for a drive. So Paola, how's it like driving in the community again?
When I went back driving again, I felt like a little kid in a ride that doesn't want to come down anymore. I was looking for things to do, not to stop driving. The only thing I switched was the using of the pedals because I'm using my left leg. So from my far left, I have the gas pedal and the brake stays on the same place.
So we have the gas on the far left.
Yes.
And then the brake on the right-hand side of the gas.
Yes.
Okay. I'm having trouble comprehending that.
It came very spontaneous, actually. When you cannot use your right leg anymore, your left leg wants to do the job.
Okay, so your right leg never wants to do anything at all, or?
No, it would be very hard to move it, so will not go for instinct.
Okay. We're gonna get going here. Can you kind of explain and show us the process, what you take and how you get going?
The brakes, I push the brakes when I start the car, obviously, and start doing the movement of the car. Then when I'm ready to go, I switch and I go to the gas pedal and push the gas as I can. Depends on where I am, if it's a private street or I'm approaching an highway, I'll give gas normally like I do with what I used to do before with the left foot. Okay. And then brake and gas, nothing else to do.
Paola's excited she's regained her independence and can't wait to keep exploring her community.
I reconnected with my friend, with my interest, and with my city, with my life, basically.
For more information about Drive Again and the services they offer, please visit driveagain.ca. For Accessible Media in Toronto, I'm Anthony Lue.